Hello there, I'm Theo and this is my love nest. Welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now that you're here, please watch it all the way to the end. A very big shout out to everybody who subscribed to my channel so far, everybody who likes my videos, everybody who comments, and everybody who recommends my content to other people. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please do click on the subscribe button and put the notification bell on so you are notified every time I put up a video. And yeah, this is definitely one of those videos you want to watch to the end and definitely recommend to your friends, because I'm back with another radiography video. And as you may have seen from the title of the video, I will be talking about your community service year, what to expect, and a few tips for survival and how to prepare yourself throughout December until you start work in January. So firstly, congratulations that you have finished your exams, and by now I'm sure you know which hospital you're going to. If not yet, it's about that time of the year where you will know where you're placed and where you're going to do your community service, and you're going to do the swapping if you want to swap or whatever the details. But after everything has been done and you know where you're going and you are happy, here's what you need to do. In this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know, and most of it will be based on experience, because I feel like I wasn't 100% prepared for my ComServe. A lot of things I had to find out when I was already in the moment. And yeah, the first couple of weeks for my ComServe were messy. So I just want to prepare somebody out there who does not have somebody else to prepare them. And one thing you want to make sure you have is your HPCSA community service certificate. It comes in very handy. Your HR might refuse to appoint you if you don't have your certificate. So please do go and collect your certificates if you don't have them already, or get means to get your certificate, because some HRs, I don't know, maybe because of COVID, maybe things might have changed, but I know with me, when I went, they're like, if you don't have your HPCSA certificate to say that you're a community service radiographer, there's nothing we can do. So get that done, and also go to SARS to create a text number, because you will have to be text. They'll have to text you, so you need a text number from SARS. So that is what you want to do before you start work on the 2nd of January. What other thing? So when you get to work, when you get to sign your contract and whatever, one of the admin work they'll give you, or rather one of the requirements, is that you'll have to take this other form with you to your bank, so that your bank can say, yeah, Theodore uses this bank and you can pay her salary onto this bank. So yeah, HPCSA, tax, the bank. What else is important? Yeah. First, your HR department is going to contact you. If not your HR, probably the wellness clinic in your hospital. They're gonna contact you to come and have your medicals done, and HR will ask you to come and sign your contract. So the signing of the contracts and doing your medicals usually happens beginning to mid-December, because I'm guessing during the rest of the month they want to prepare for you guys, and then you start immediately on the 2nd of January. So when your hospital calls you to go for your medicals or to come and sign your contract, use that time to evaluate the hospital, not necessarily to like check things around. You want to check the hospital surrounding. You want to check the hospital itself. You want to go to the radiology department just to see how big it is, more especially for those who will be going to work in places they're not familiar with, because I know some people do their ComServe in the places they have been training at as students. So if you are one of those who will be doing ComServe in a new environment, when you go to sign your contract and to get your medicals done, make sure you check out the radiology department to see how big is it, and do they have any other modalities, like do they have CTs, do they have angio, do they have MRI, all these other things. You want to check out the department you'll be working at and probably scan through to see maybe if the department is big, then you most definitely have to expect working with a lot of people. And if the department is smaller, you will be working with a smaller group of people. So when you go there for your medicals and to sign your contracts, you want to take advantage of that and check things around. You want to check things like, does the hospital have a cafeteria? I know it sounds like what I really want to check that, but where I work, we don't have a cafeteria, we don't have a shop, we don't have anything. So if you want something, you have to like literally go out of the hospital, like about a kilometer away to the nearest shop to get something, or go to like the nearest mall, which is like 1.5 kilometers to 2 kilometers away. It's not, yeah, it's a mall. So you want to check that out, because sometimes when you get to work on your first day, you're like, no, I'm not gonna bring any food, I'll buy from work. And when you get there, they're like, no, we don't have a store, we don't have a cafeteria. Now you have to order and you don't even know your address, like you just got here, you don't know how things work. So when you go for your medicals, check the place out. And for those who will require accommodation, some hospitals will indicate that they do have accommodation, which is why you probably chose that hospital, because you're like, okay, it's in this place and they have accommodation, so it's fine, I'm just gonna take this place. And when you get there, child, the windows are cracked, if not broken, the locks are creepy. You can tell, but if somebody comes here, they can definitely open my door and come in. Ceilings are leaking, like the water pipes are. You want to go check the place out before you commit and you say, yeah, I'm going to be doing my ComServe in such and such a place where there's accommodation, and I'll just stay there. I know hospital accommodation is much cheaper, but do you really want to stay in a place that you don't even look forward to going after work? You know, like, anyway, it's everybody's choice. I'm just saying that when you go sign, make sure you, if you want to stay in the accommodation, make sure you go see it before you actually commit to it. And if you won't be staying in the hospital res, look around the area. Are there accommodations close by? If you will need to stay outside hospital, is it safe around? If it's a bit further, will you have transport to go to work? And yeah, all those little things that don't really seem important, but really, trust me, they are important. And another thing you want to look for or look at is how far is a taxi rank. I know most hospitals have like taxis right at the gate, some don't. So if you will require public transport, make sure you go and check those things out when you go to sign your contract and when you do your medicals. That's if you will be called in December to go do those things. If you won't be doing your medicals or signing your contract in December, if you can, if the hospital you applied to is not like in another province or really far away from where you are, you can just take your time, go check it out, and you can go to the radiology department and tell them, hey, I'll be doing my ComServe here next year, I just want to see the place around, you know. I'm sure they will help you. And if you can't really go, you can use other means like social media. Find somebody who works in the hospital that you are going to work at and contact them, ask them things that are about the hospital, and yeah, you'll be sorted. So after you've gotten all the admin work out of the way, you are happy, you're sure about where you're gonna stay and the little things, the next thing you want to do is when you get into work, when you start working, is that you always stand out. One thing is that unless you're coming from a private practice, after your community service year, you're going to be looking for a job, and the first place you will look at is the hospital you did your ComServe at. So if you're a troublesome radiographer, if you're always late, if you were passing on messy radiographs, if you were just unprofessional, they are not going to consider you to come back. How you dress, if you're not going to be wearing uniform to work. Oh, one thing I've also forgot to mention is that when you go over there to check out the place, to check out the hospital, ask them about uniform. Do they require a specific color of scrubs, or do you have to wear a certain kind of clothes, so that you can prepare yourself. Don't come to work wearing orange scrubs whereas everybody is wearing, I don't know, black, you know. So gather as much information as you can about the department and the hospital. So yeah, if you are going to be working in a specific place, be professional, stand out. When I say that, I mean like stand out. Do your work exceptionally well. Don't give them a chance to complain about you. Don't give them a reason to complain. If they want to complain about something, let it be that you do a lot of mobiles a day. I don't know, like, let them complain about something good. Don't give them a reason to not like you. Don't give them a reason to not recommend you, because the following year you're going to need a job, and if you cannot apply at the current place you're at, your manager will have to write a recommendation letter, and if they have nothing good to say about your child, you're screwed. So yeah, always be at your best behavior, stand out, but remember, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, because work has politics. I feel like every workplace has its own politics, and when you get there and you're starting to like pick sides, or you're also the reason there's like you're stirring up politics now, where you're just making things worse, you are ruining things for yourself. Stand out, but stay in your lane. If you get there and you find that they take an hour, I mean their lunch takes 30 minutes, you cannot be going there and saying no, a lunch should be an hour or whatever. Just, you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. Don't change people's protocols about examinations. Don't change things around unless you feel like it's going to be beneficial for everybody and for the department, and definitely for the patient. Other than that, if it's your personal opinion, if you feel like you cannot wear pink scrubs because you don't like pink, the department says we wear pink scrubs. Wear pink scrubs. Do not try and change things. And I will not emphasize it enough that try your best to stay out of work politics, because there's always going to be politics, and if you're going to be picking sides, it's gonna come back and bite you in your behind. Rather be as neutral and as fair as you can. Picking sides is dangerous. Don't say I didn't tell you. Another thing you want to do is to make friends. The first place to look for friends is your fellow community service radiographers, because you guys are on the same page. You're doing the same thing. You're probably both new in that environment, of course, unless you are doing your ComServe where you trained as a student. But your fellow community service radiographers should be your first should be the first place you look for friendship. And you will need this person, you will need these people emotionally. You will need them for moral support. Like I said, there's always work politics, so you will need somebody who will be neutral with you, somebody who's going to, if you feel like you want to vent about something that's happening at work, you will vent to them, to your friend. So yeah, if there's no other community server and you are the only one, you can probably be friends with the most junior radiographer there, I don't know, or maybe somebody in the next discipline, maybe in physiotherapy, and you probably met when you were signing your contracts or however. But just make sure you have friends. Make sure you have somebody in the field that you know you can talk to. Not necessarily that you guys are friends so you have to meet on weekends and whatever. It can just be a work friendship thing, but as long as you know there is somebody at work who understands you, who is more or less in the same situation as you. And yeah, that will also ease your journey, and it will make settling in a little bit easier. What else? Money, machankura. Let's talk about money as a community service radiographer. So yeah, you're going to be getting your salary. I know those who are in private hospitals were getting stipends. I don't know how much your stipend is, but however much you are getting your first salary is still the best thing. Like, getting your salary as a professional is a good feeling. So yeah, you're going to be getting your salaries. However, let me burst your bubble. Please do not ask me how much radiographers make, because I'm not going to answer you. Please don't DM me about, yo, how much is the salary, how much should I expect, or comment down. Please don't ask about money. If you've DM'd me before and you asked me about money, you know I did not respond to that DM, or I did not answer that question, because I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to, it's just not right. You cannot be asking people about how much they make. You will find that out when you go sign your contract. And if you're not a radiographer but you want to know how much radiographers make, there are other ways to find out instead of asking me or a fellow radiographer. And I'm not going to tell you what those ways are, because you're definitely going to go find out. But yeah, to find out in other ways, please do not ask me or another radiographer, because it's really uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be asked how much they make. Anyway, salary. So it's the 31st of January, right? And you're expecting your salary to come in. Please do not expect your money to come in on the last day of the month. Don't expect it to come in immediately on the 31st of January, because sometimes your HR took longer to capture your details, so you're not in the system yet. So when people are getting paid, you will not get paid with them. Sometimes there was just some glitches or some delays wherever, so you are not really in the database yet, so you're not going to get paid. So please don't hold your breath and hope that you're going to, and say rather that it's guaranteed you're getting paid month end. Our group, I don't know if it was everybody else, but when I was ComServe, myself and everybody else I was working with and those who were closer to me, we all got paid on the last day of the month. Thank God. That went smooth. That was fine. But please do not be expectant of, yeah, my money is gonna come in, it's month end, or you empty your bank account because you're like, yeah, I want my salary to come into a clean slate. You will regret it, because so many things happen. There might be a couple of days delay, could be up to a week. Some people said for them it took 2 weeks. So please, just when it comes on the last day of the month, yay. If it does not, it's gonna come. There's no way that if they didn't pay you, you start panicking. They will pay you. Even if they pay you end of February, you're going to get 2 salaries if it's end of February. So just chill, your money will come. And yeah guys, money is a very sensitive topic. I don't really want to dwell much onto it, and one thing I'm not gonna do is tell you how to spend your money. I'm not gonna tell you how to budget. I know people were saying, yeah, ComServe is the year where you have to save a lot, save as much as you can, you don't have any responsibilities, you don't have any debts that you have to pay up, you are starting on a new slate, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna be that girl. I won't tell you how to spend your money, but what I will tell you is be wise, spend wisely. Like, be very 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 wise. I know my first salary had to go into so many things. Like, I was moving into a new place, I had to buy a bed, you have to buy a bed, you have to like pay the deposit of the place, pay the rent, you need groceries, like so many things. I was literally starting from scratch. So my first salary went into so many things. So you have to be like really wise about how you're spending your money and what you are spending it on. And still on that note of being wise and spending properly and saving if you can, please don't listen to, like, the last thing you want is to be getting financial advice from your fellow friend. Because number one, both of you might be getting 10 rands at the end of the year, at the end of the month, but your responsibilities are not the same. You don't come from from the same background, you don't have the same financial commitments, you and your friend are not the same, you and your colleagues are not the same. your colleagues have been in the industry for quite longer than you are. Your friend probably does, like, guys, I won't even have to go to talk much about that. My responsibilities at home could include, from that 10 rents that I'm getting at the end of the month, I have to pay school fees for my little sister. I have to make sure there's food at home. I have to make sure there's electricity at home. I have to make sure I pay for the place I stay at, buy groceries, get myself back to work, do my hair. There's so many things that people do with their work, and as a black child, we know we have what we call black ticks, so that also plays a part. So you cannot ask your friend whose financial responsibilities you don't know, but yo, how much did you save, how much do you have in your savings? It's gonna make you're gonna hurt yourself. You will hurt yourself, because for all you know, your friend's only responsibility could be paying for, I don't know, the Wi-Fi or DSTV subscription or something, just something small. That's all that their salary does, and everything else is covered from home. Then there's you, who has to do all of that, and still you want to save as much as your friend does, or you want to spend the way your friend spends. Please be wise. And on that note, guys, something tragic happened to me. When was it? So 31st January was okay. We got our salaries, or rather I got my salary proper last day of the month. Cool. February starts and it's smooth, it's going, and like February is like what, 28 days? Was it 28 days or 29 last year? 28, yeah. And you're like, yeah, February is even shorter, so cool, you're gonna get salary really quicker. So I think the last day of the month was on a Sunday, if I'm not wrong. So the salary should have came in on Friday, but I didn't get mine. Friday when I get up, there's no SMS, nothing, and I'm like, it's probably the differences in banks. I'll get my money a little bit later. The day ends and I'm like, So I text the other com servers in my hospital, and I ask them, guys, did you get your salaries or is it just me? And they're like, no, we're good, we got our money. And I'm like, okay. But still, in my head, bank differences, not a big deal. I will try and see what happens. And then Saturday, there's nothing. Sunday, how? Monday, still nothing. Then I contact my bank to find out, guys, what's happening? They're like, no, everything on our side looks proper. Your bank, there's nothing wrong with your bank. So now, where is my salary? Cool, I went to HR to inquire, and then, to the shock of my life, when they checked on their system, it turns out whoever was capturing my details at the head office somehow said that my contract was starting on the 1st of January 2020 and ending on the 31st of January 2020 instead of the 31st of December, because your com service for a year. So this person said I'll be working for a month instead of for a year. Whew. Child, listen, I've just moved into a new place. I gotta pay rent. I have to take myself to work. I have to eat. How do I go on with this month on last month's salary? I mean, luckily I hadn't used up all of my money, so I could still pay rent, I could still go to work while they fixed the problem. However, that problem fixing took like another 15 days, because I only got paid on the 15th of March. So I got my February salary mid-March, and you can imagine the 15 days there, I had to make a way, I had to make ends meet. So this is where spending wisely comes in. You cannot say it's my first salary, it only comes once, I'm gonna bubudla it. You will bubudla it and the month will bubudla you. So be wise. If it means you have to, I don't know, like, just be disciplined about your money. Spend your money wisely, guys. But at the end of the day, our pockets are different, our responsibilities are different, and whatever we use our money for is all up to us. But at the end of the day, you should not be calling your boss at work and say, I can't come to work because I don't have money. And you should not be collapsing because you did not eat because you don't have money for groceries. So Be wise about it. And at the end of the day, man, it's your money. You went to school for 4 years for those who went to UJ, and 3 years for those who went to other places. So yeah, I mean, you gotta spoil yourself. You worked so hard, you had sleepless nights studying, you were crying because your marks weren't adding up. So girl, boy, it's your money, you deserve to spoil yourself, but make sure you do it responsibly. Yeah, I can never stress this enough. I was just so lucky that I had some extra money from last month, from the previous month, that I hadn't used. Otherwise, I was finished. Yeah, I think this basically sums it up, sums everything up about what to expect. And yeah, the gospel that everybody has been preaching, that once you're ComServe, you are an independent radiographer, everything is on you, you should be responsible, they are right. If you're working in a hospital, in an academic hospital where you've got students, you are now the person that your students will be asking, is this x-ray correct, can I pass this, do you think I should send it? You are that person now. And whatever mistake you make, you do not have your clinical tutor who will be speaking up for you. You have to speak up for yourself. If some surgeon in theater is treating you bad and you feel like I need to speak up, you have to speak up for yourself. You do not have a clinical tutor that you go to and say, this is what happened in theater, and then they come and fight your battles. However, you do have a manager or a chief radiographer or a superior of some sort who will be supervising all of you, but they don't do your work for you. They're not there. Like, if you mess up, they make you speak for yourself. Hope it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, other than that, congratulations, guys. You're going to ComServe, you're qualified, you're going to have a salary, you're going to be making money. And enjoy it, guys. Make the most out of it, man. Enjoy it. Also, you're going to have so much time. There's no studying after work. You don't have to stress about, oh, I have an assignment, I have a case study, I have this, I have that. You're gonna have all the time you need. If you're knocking off at 3, you can stay up as long as you want and do not even feel bad. And if you want to study something else, you can. I just don't know if you can study anything in health while you don't ComServe. But guys, make the most out of your ComServe time. If you've got any question, you're more than welcome to drop it in the comment section. And if you like this video, give it a very big thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. And thank you for watching this video until this far. Do recommend it to your friends, everybody else who will be going to ComServe next year, so that they know what to do, how to prepare, and what to expect. And until I see you again, continue to take care and share the love. Bye.